Hello and welcome to Kiddie Confidence, where we are all about bringing out the best in our kids. Now today I'm going to be sharing a lot of information about the ECD sector in our country at the moment. So I realize this video is recorded for our parents, but it may be shared with other parents who don't know anything about our school. So my name is Ashley Snyman. I'm the principal of ABC Kiddie College and Care Centre in Margate. I'm going to share with you a little bit about what's going on in the ECD sector at the moment and tell you about the exciting new launch of our online platform, which I'm very excited about. Long story short, we don't have an answer yet as to when we can open. We were hoping it'll be the 6th of July. It is the 3rd of July today, Friday. We were hoping to open on Monday. That hasn't come through exactly quite yet. So there's lots of stuff going on. But nonetheless, come what may, whatever happens, my kids are going to be learning from Monday. We have been sharing some at-home activities and ideas and things with our parents, but I did say to my parents from the start that it is not the curriculum. It's just a little bit of stuff to keep our kids, stimulated and so forth, and of course out of their parents' hair for the lockdown time. But yeah, so where we are now is, regardless of what happens, regardless of whether or not a judge rules in our favor, in the favor of the sector, we are going to be launching our online platform from Monday. So going forward, it's going to be working like this. We're going to have our at-school experience once we're allowed to reopen, obviously with all the COVID-19 protocols in place. And then the kids who are not going to be attending school, who have concerned parents, which I understand, are going to be enjoying the online platform. And none of my kids are going to be excluded. All of my kids are going to be involved. And the online platform shortly is going to run very similar to the educational element of our program at school. Obviously, we don't have the free play, we don't have all the other things, interacting with friends and all that kind of thing, which is going to be limited. Let's be honest, COVID has made things very upside down, even for preschoolers. So preschool is going to look a bit different for a lot of our kids, but for kids who are not going to be coming to school, they are going to be part of the classroom experience. My goal is this: once we open, I'm going to have my in-class kiddies with me. At the same time, I'm going to have the online kiddies with me on a Zoom platform, and we're going to have a full-on interactive class. Everything my kids do in the class, my Zoom students are going to do at the same time. So it's going to be a wonderful online experience. On a daily basis, our kids are going to be joining in the daily routine of what we do at school anyway. So we're going to have our normal circle time at 9 o'clock, discussing the theme, developing vocabulary, developing the general knowledge of our little kids, and all that kind of thing, bringing all of that into circle time. From there, normally from 10 o'clock, we start with lesson times. What's going to happen is I'm still going to take my different classes. Our little starfish, silly sharks, dilly dolphins, each of my different classes are going to do their lessons separately, but my Zoom students for that class is going to log in at the same time and be in class at the same time, doing the same lessons. So my at-home kiddies are not going to be excluded in any way, except for the normal at-school mundane things. But our activity-wise, educational-wise, our kids are going to be in class. So we're going to be doing that. Then at 12, we're going to have story time. My Zoom kids join in, they log in with a password I share with my parents. They join class, we do story time and life lesson at 12. And then in the afternoon at 3, we have with our in-class kiddies and our Zoom students at the same time, we do recap of the day's learning. So every day, Monday to Friday, obviously excluding public holidays, my Zoom kids at home, in-class kids are going to be learning the same stuff, and it's going to be a wonderful platform. No one's excluded. Even if a parent is very concerned, you're not going to worry about your child's educational needs, because we know that under 5, our kids are sponges. They learn everything. When just under the age of 5, they absorb everything. And the most challenging and saddest part of what this pandemic has done to our little kids is that it is not making use of this amazing brain capacity they have right now. So I don't want my kids to lose their desire to learn, and I don't want them to lose the opportunity to learn. So come what may, whatever the judge decides, whatever the minister says, whatever date they give us, my kids are starting to learn from Monday their full curriculum. So I'm very excited about that. Once our school reopens, we're going to have 2 streams of school service or preschool service. The one is going to be the in-school experience, the normal drop your kiddie off in the morning. They have the full day with their friends, with the teachers. They've got the stimulation going on and all of that. Afternoon, you fetch them again. And then of course we're going to have the separate online preschool experience at the same time. So kids in class, kids on the platform are going to be joining the same activities at the same time. And I'm very excited about that. But yes, that is the basics of our Zoom online platform, which will be starting on Monday. Why Monday? There has been a lot going on about the ECD sector. 6th of July is a date that has been on a lot of documents and a lot of internal arguments, I suppose you could call them. But the long and short of it is this. The Department of Basic Education do not technically govern preschool children in our country. Technically, because there's a whole big thing about that. Technically, our preschool children fall under the Children's Act and not under the Schools Act, and so they're not really catered for by the Department of Basic Education, very loosely explained. But this is what happened. The Department of Basic Education released a gazette late in May, giving dates for different grades to be phased into schools. With that, they made the mistake of putting in ECDs as well. There was a big story about that. Then they had to clarify what they mean with pre-grade R, and the clarification came through that this is for kids who are in a preschool that is physically attached to a big school, if that makes sense. So if you've got your normal school, your kiddie starts grade R or grade 1, next to them they've got the preschool on the same premises. That's a basic education, Department of Basic Education preschool. Everybody else, which is the majority of preschools in our country, loose standing schools, did suddenly not fall into that gazette. So big drama, obviously. Nonetheless, the Department of Social Development have been working to get us, the social development ECDs, to get to an opening point as well. But truth be told, it has come across as being a little bit slack. But yes, so there's been some drama about that. What has happened in the meantime is that one of our associations, SA Childcare Association, has joined hands with the Department of Solidarity, and they decided to take the minister to court, either to force her to give us a date or to allow us to open on the 6th of July with the other basic education ECD centers. Sorry, ECD, Early Childhood Development Center. For those of you who don't know what that means, you may have seen it everywhere. ECD, all over the place, it means Early Childhood Development Center. So this is what happened. So they were taken to court, and we are trying to force them to allow us to open with the basic education ECDs as well, preschools. Things went a bit pear-shaped from there. All of a sudden, the Department of Basic Education retracted their gazette, brought out a new gazette, with the phasing in dates of the different grades. And now pre-grade R does not appear on their gazette anymore, which has now opened a whole new can of worms, because we are trying to push for social development preschools, ECDs, to open on the 6th of July with the Department of Basic Education ECDs, because how on earth can you leave some preschoolers behind? How can some be in the classroom and learn and others cannot? Not to mention a lot of other social issues, such as the fact that many of our preschoolers get their meals from schools. A lot of them, believe it or not, but the most challenging thing that the social development is experiencing with regards to small children at the moment is malnutrition. Our kiddies do not have enough to eat, and it makes sense because our society is going through a lot financially as well. So one of the other social issues, of course, our kids are not eating. ECDs need to be open so that our kids can have their meals at school, be cared for, all their basic needs met there as well. A preschool is defined as a safe environment, so yes, we do say COVID-19 safe, within as far as humanly possible, but rather that than who knows where. A lot of our kids are not in desirable childcare situations right now. Of course, the other drama of parents need to go back to work. Who is going to take care of the child? Good and well, you have a domestic worker maybe coming in looking after the child, and there are some that are fantastic with children, which I'm thankful for, but that is not the majority of the case with a lot of our kids. They are not in desirable childcare situations. So there's the social stuff going on as well, over and above the educational need for our kids to learn, to be stimulated. And of course, learning and stimulating feeds their psychological needs as well. A psychological need that is met feeds the emotional need. And my goal with this in class, online, at the same time platform is in some way our kids are going to have a social need met as well. I'm going to see my friends in class even though I'm not there, but I'm going to see them. And if I don't know those friends because I'm a new student, I'm going to be part of a real class while the teacher's sitting there, while the friend is cutting out with scissor skills. And so in a small way, my goal is to try and meet as far as possible the holistic needs of our little kids. And departments, or let's say the ministry of our section, social development, are keeping my hands tight for giving the kids the care that I want to give. So with many other preschool teachers, I mean, you can imagine there are certain breeds of people that do what they love, because they love it. I'm sorry for my terrible sentence there, but there are certain kinds of people who do what they do because they love to do it. People who work with small children do it because they love to do it. That's what they are passionate about. That's what they want to do. So why keep us from giving our kids everything that they need? But yes, there's a lot of stuff going around. We've got to make sure our kids are safe. We've got to follow the SOPs. One of the other things that happened, oh goodness, we were so grateful to get our SOP, which is the standard operating procedure. Social development released it. All the preschools are just gobbled it up, trying to get everything in place and get our kids, our schools ready to receive our kids with all these new normal stuff. You know, the new normal looks like this. But yeah, now we are being held back. We still don't have a date. But anyway, as we speak, as I'm recording this, there is a court case going on. We are hoping for the judge to rule in our favor, either to rule in the favor of our favor in terms of giving us a date, which originally was supposed to be the same as the Department of Basic Education date, 6th of July, or to force the Minister of Social Development to give us a date. Because how can you leave such a big, important, crucial to the well-being of our children, the most vulnerable of our country, how can you not give them at least a date when things can expect to change or when they can expect to open? And of course, the number one reason you are watching this, parents can know when can they start sending their kids back to school, because parents are worried. They have to go to work and they are not necessarily, all of my parents are not necessarily concerned that their kids are exactly where they want them to be. So this is the long and short drama of what's going on in our sector. We are hoping and praying that the judge rules in our favor. I have been held on a string long enough to know that it might not happen, because I've had this date, I've had this information, this, and the next thing, as have all other ECD practitioners in our country. And yeah, so I'm not going to be waiting for somebody to give me this or that date anymore. I am hopeful, I am prayerful. I will be most definitely excited when they tell us the 6th of July, Monday, or let's say on Monday they make the ruling and we open on Tuesday. Yes, that's what we want. We want our kids back at school as safe as they humanly possibly can be, with all these protocols in place, stimulated learning, seeing their friends, engaging and getting all their needs met. That's what we want. But I am not going to hold on any longer on waiting for somebody to give me a date. From this Monday, 6th of July, my kids will be invited to start fulfilling their full curriculum. I have been doing something that I've just dubbed Kiddie College Light, just for fun, which is just sending activities and baking ideas and stuff. It's not the curriculum, but it most likely has helped a little bit to keep our kids a little bit stimulated and not going completely nuts. Speaking more to the parents there. But yes, so we are going to move away from that in this process and move on to a full online, full curriculum of going on to Zoom. From Monday, my kids are going to be in the class every day, Monday to Friday, getting all the stimulation that those little hungry 5-year-old minds are ready to receive. So that is the long and short of it. You are most welcome to join us onto the platform. Your child doesn't have to be in our school. It's a whole different program. We're going to be eventually running 2 streams of services. The one is the in preschool experience. I'm in the class, physically in the class, doing the whole preschool thing. And of course, for the concerned parents, we're going to have the online experience. And it's going to be as close as humanly possible to the being in class experience, because I do not want any of my kids to be left behind. My grade R's are not going to wait for somebody else to tell them when they can start with their curriculum. We're going to continue online if I'm not able to open my doors just yet. Forced not to, not because I don't want to, but if we are not able to have kids physically in class, my grade R's are starting their curriculum from Monday, all my different classes from 2. I'd love to do younger than 2, but you can imagine trying to do a class with kiddies under 2 via a Zoom platform. doesn't necessarily go too well, but yes. So from 2 years old onwards, we're going to have our classes, and they're going to be running, and we're going to do all the stuff. Themes, phonic of the week, mathematical concept of the week, all age appropriate lessons. So you're most welcome to join us onto that. If you're interested in the online school and you're not part of our school, please reach out to our school. We've got a Facebook page, a website that you can reach us on, or you can speak to one of our parents, and they will definitely give you a reference about our school. For our parents, the online platform, if you're an existing parent, you remember those art packs I used to give you every Friday of the kids' artworks? It's going to be that pack. It's going to be done online with the kids in an interactive way, with my kids in the class at their tables. They've got all their glue and their goodies and everything. Your kiddie at home is going to have exactly the same worksheet, exactly the same craft, and we're going to do it together. So for my existing parents, you know more or less what the curriculum looks like. It's going to be the same curriculum. We're going to make it fun, move it online. So I know that online there's a lot of activities that you can download. There's a lot of homeschooling ideas and preschool homeschooling. There's lots of stuff going on, but without the knowledge of being an educator or somebody who's got an Educare background, it's hard to navigate through that. You're not exactly sure when should they do scissor skills. You're not exactly sure how they should tear to develop their fine motor skills, etc., etc., etc. So yes, there's stuff available, but it's confusing. And then of course there are games that are available online, which is brilliant. I'm so thankful for that. But there are elements, physical elements of development that are not always met and catered to in a game. Don't let them stop playing those games, please. Please let them continue. But yes, you need an in-class online experience to get all those different elements of your kiddie's development going. ABC Kiddie College is launching that on Monday, and yes, you are most welcome to reach out, and I'll tell you all about it, pricing and all that sort of thing. So yes, we are excited about that. We are hopeful that we will be opening soon. I hope the little bit of information I shared with you about our sector is helpful to our parents, because parents are walking around without information, and I don't think there's anything more frustrating than that. You're reaching out to your preschools and your principals and teachers are saying to you, I don't have a date, I don't have a date. Or they are making the mistake of saying, oh, it's this date, no, it's changed. It's this date, no, it's changed. It's changed. So, parents are not getting all the information that they deserve to get. They are not being informed of what's going on. So I hope what I've shared is a little bit informative, and of course, ABC Kiddie College is the best. Till next time, bye.